this is your video on rational and irrational numbers. So first of all, to start off, you have to put your number or your expression in your calculator and take a look at the decimal to tell if a number is rational or irrational. So first of all, if you take a look at the decimal and it ends or it has a pattern of numbers that repeat, that means that it is rational. For example, 0.5 ends after the 5, and you're looking at the numbers after the decimal point. So because 0.5 ends, that would be rational. 0.3 with a bar over the 3 means that the 3 repeats forever. So because it has a number that repeats, it's rational. 1.454545 and on. Again, 45 repeats after the decimal place, so that would be rational. And then negative 0.62 ends after the 2, and so again, that would be a rational number. Now, taking a look at irrational numbers, when you look at the decimal, you'll be able to tell because the decimal will not end and it does not have a pattern of numbers that repeat. So it will be a long decimal in your calculator. And you will not see numbers that repeat. It'll just be random numbers. So, for example, you might see something like one of these decimals. It's long in your calculator. It does not have a pattern of numbers that repeat. So just to take a look at a couple of examples, you need to know how to do this in your calculator, how to turn expressions into decimals. So we do have a pi button on our TI-84 calculator, so I'm just going to take a second to show you where that is, looking at number 1. So is pi rational or irrational? That's the question. So here's your TI-84 calculator. So if you take a look, you have a blue second key. So you have to hit second, and then the button just above the division key. So you'll see the little symbol pi pop up on your calculator screen, and you can hit enter to take a look at the decimal. So as you can see, the decimal is long, it does not have a pattern, and so we can conclude that pi is irrational. It does not end, and it does not have a pattern. So I'm going to clear that out. The next one we're going to take a look at is the square root of 3. So I'm going to show you where your square root button is. So again, you need to hit the second key, and then this time you hit the x squared button, which if you look at the 7 key, you go to the left and then up 1. So I'm going to hit that key. And it puts a square root sign in my calculator. So I'm going to put the number 3 and hit enter. And now it shows me the decimal version of that number. And again, it does not end and it does not repeat. There's no pattern of numbers. Now, the next one we'll look at is the square root of 16 plus the square root of 1. And first I'll just label this. This is irrational. And then this is also irrational. The last one, square root of 16 plus the square root of 1. So I could take a couple of square root numbers and I could add them, subtract them, multiply them, divide them. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So second square root, 16. And now I'm going to hit the right arrow so that I pop out of the square root. I don't want to put any other numbers under there besides the square root of just 16. And so now I'm going to do plus second square root of 1 and hit enter. And as you can see the expression and then also the answer, which is 5. 5 can be written as 5.0, which means that it is rational because it ends. If you have any questions, ask Mrs. Tremblay. Thank you.